What do you know about the famous date, June 12th, known as Democracy Day in Nigeria? On this day, the military handed over power to an elected civilian government, and Nigerians experienced the most peaceful election in the history of the country. Today, I will be discussing matters related to June 12th with my guest, Ambassador Oloye Fatuyi. He is the Executive Director of Nigeria Business Forum in Ghana and also the President of the Yoruba community in Accra. My name is Beatrice Soa, and this is my Nigeria. Welcome to my Nigeria, Ambassador Fatuyi.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'd like you to take us through what was your experience like during that period, the June 12th election day. Take us through that.
Oh, thank you so much. June 12th was a special day in the history of Nigeria, if I should use was, because it was a day or the season we're expecting a new beginning, a new and reformed society where we will leave the military era back to democracy in Nigeria. The hope was much alive everywhere, from the four corners of Nigeria, from Christian, Muslim, non-Christian, non-Muslims, non-Nigerians, the Northerners, the South Africans, the Southwest people, South, and the Northeast. Everybody, hope was alive. Hope was great. We're expecting new beginning in Nigeria until those people in charge truncated our hope and make it become a crisis day for us. So, to many Nigerians, June 12 symbolized a crisis to us. When you mention June 12, the first thing that goes through your mind is Chief MKO Abiola, how the military turned our joy to sadness. So June 12 is a day we'll never forget in the history of Nigeria so far.
Okay, thank you very much for that. I would like you to also tell us what caused the call for a civilian rule.
Yes, I think as of 1993, most of the African country or everywhere in the world, everybody were changing from the military rules to civilian rule, where we call it government of our own, where you can always, your opinion can always count, your view can always be welcomed by the people in government. Unlike the military rules by the barrel of gun and by the decree, the military law. So we got to a stage in Nigeria history, we're not seeing the positive, the importance of the military to be in charge of the affairs of Nigeria. And I want to be like every other country around us. We want to celebrate, we want to have our own freedom, we want to have say in government, we want to be a part of our government, we want to be a part of history to build our nation. Because we believe a good democracy says you develop a nation and that gives you room for our growth. So that was why we were yearning, earnestly yearning for a civilian government in Nigeria as of 1993.
I'd like you to take us back a little bit. What happened after the election?
Thank you. After June 12, as earlier said, the hope was high. We were expecting a new dawn in Nigeria. So after the election, we're expecting the empire, the INEC, to come up with the mandate, because with the result, because we know what was happening, and we heard from every other part of Nigeria the result, provisional result. We're just expecting the INEC, the government endorsed spokesperson, to explain to us or to just announce the winner. So the expectation was high until we heard that the military has annulled the election, canceled the election. Then, our hope turned to something else. Our hope was dashed. Our day turned to night over day, during the day. Then there was uprising, there was unrest, attacks everywhere. Military was on the street trying to, suppress people. Their symbols or their trademark is suffering, blood and confusion. They were on the street to suppress the will of the people, which, Nigerian, for who we are, we hardly, allow anybody to truncate on our rights or our privilege. So we're on the street protesting. I remember I was somewhere in Agege, 1993. We're on the street. The police and the military were on the street with the tear gas, rubber bullet, chasing people around. But thank God we're alive. Some of us, we are still alive, but June 12 was a bad time in the history of Nigeria. June 12, 1993.
Okay, that must be a very interesting experience. Many Nigerians regard June 12 as the Democracy Day itself, more than even May 29th or even October 1st, when Nigeria got its independence. Why is that so?
Yes, many Nigerians, and some of us are of the view that May 29 should be the right day for democracy, because that was when the military handed over to democratically elected persons in the person of Olusegun Obasanjo. June 12, June 12, June 12. Why I see what is happening now with June 12 as a political propaganda, or most of them now, you see them in government to score cheap political points. Because some of them, or if I would say the majority of them now were with Abacha. You understand? Most of them in government today were with Abacha. The same Abacha that imprisoned the man that won the election, MKO Abiola. Most of them in government today, most of them now coming out to do eye service as if they were in love with June 12. We're in government today. In those days, they were behind Abacha, they were behind the military, against the masses, against the people. So to me, May 29 ought to be our democracy day, to be honest with you, because that was the day military officially handed over to the first democratically elected president, the person of Chief Olusegun Obasanjo in Nigeria. However, the voice of people is the voice of God. They are in power today. Who knows what will happen after this era? Maybe somebody else will put it at the right place. I want May 29 to be Democracy Day in Nigeria. And on October 1st is our Independence Day. Independence Day, it wasn't a Democracy Day because it was just official handing over of affairs of Nigerians to Nigerians. Yeah. So it has nothing to do with democracy because, so I prefer May 29 as a person. But the government of the day, for the best known, interest best known to them, they want people, especially we from Southwest, we the Yorubas that owns the man that was killed, MKO Abiola, the man that won the election in 1993. They just want to use that one to appease us, to make us look as if they are listening to us or they are with us. But we know, some of us are we are smart, we know it's game, it's a political game. May 29 should be a democracy day in Nigeria.
Okay, Ambassador Fatuyi, you made mention of June 12 being used as a propaganda, or should I say a political propaganda. Why is that so?
Thank you. It's a propaganda because General Buhari, our president today, was a chairman of a commission under General Abacha. So Buhari, our president, our sitting president, was in government of General Abacha. They have nothing to do. They have nothing good to say about June 12. You understand? If I happen to be General Buhari then, if truly I love democracy, he should have resigned. He headed the PTF, Petroleum Trust Fund, under General Abacha for many years. And even General Buhari, our president, sitting president, once in his, some years back, defended Abacha. Even in that, Abacha was not wrong, Abacha was right. Even if Abacha never looked Nigeria, Abacha was sent. Abacha was saving for Nigeria. So if you believe in such person of General Sani Abacha of great memory, let me say it because he's dead now, then you coming back to celebrate June 12, to me, I see that as a double standard. You understand? Because what we are having today, what we are passing through in Nigeria today is not encouraging. To be honest with you, I'm a Nigerian and I always pray for Nigeria because that's my country. No matter where I found myself, I'm a Nigerian. But what is happening back home now, I don't see what MKO Abiola promised Nigeria. I didn't see it in this government. Though we are in quote unquote civilian government. But what is happening in Nigeria now is not, I mean, it's not a good sign. And I don't think they have any moral to talk about June 12th. Because what MKO Abiola promised us, and we saw it, we know his tendency, we know the antecedent of that man was real rule for law. I mean, respect of law, and you allow human rights to flourish. That was what we know of that man, the late MKO Abiola. But what we are seeing today, we've seen a lot of things happening in Nigeria where government, people from presidency can just take arbitral order and take decision over 200 million people, as if we don't know our left from right. No, they have no moral right to celebrate June 12th.
Okay, I hear you mentioning MKO Abiola. To your knowledge, who is MKO Abiola and what does he stand for?
MKO Abiola, of great memory, MKO Abiola was a great Nigerian, a patriot, a very wealthy man that will not come to government and steal your money, a very wealthy man, even before vying for the office of presidency. The man was there for everybody. A Muslim that cut across every religion. He doesn't care if you're a Muslim or non-Muslim, if you're a Christian or non-Christian. The man, before even going into politics, was a man of the people. MKO Abiola spent his money, his hard-earned money, to sponsor a lot of things in Nigeria, a lot of people in Nigeria. That man today is our hero. And to be honest with you, we've lost a great man when it comes to political space in Nigeria. MKO Abiola was a self-made man. The money, he has the money. I don't see him coming to steal from Nigeria. Rather, he will use his money to better our cause in Nigeria because he has done it before. Sometimes most of our footballers were stranded outside Nigeria. The man was using his money. When our government was still going through bureaucracy, we are going to pass budget. The man was using his own personal money to foot bills, sponsoring a lot of things. So Abiola was a great man. Abiola deserved the best, more than just rhetoric and say we want to honor him. Abiola deserved the best. MK Abiola deserved the best.
So, why do people respect him so much? I mean, is it because he's a Yoruba man, or is it because of some of the works or some of the things he did?
You respect a nice person, and as this says that respect is reciprocal, right? MKO Abiola, as I earlier said, is a philanthropist and a man that respects everybody. He was a Muslim, Alaji, but you won't see him as that Muslim. He's a man of the people. Irrespective of your religion, your faith, your belief, MKO Abiola will listen to you. This is a man that will go to the grassroots and listen to people. That is the kind of leader Africa is yearning for. Not those that will get to the office and turn themselves to demigod as if they won't leave that seat, as if they won't die. MKO Abiola is different. He's a man of different class from this kind of politicians we have going around. So people, in fact, I'll tell you, MKO Abiola was contesting against a Northerner. During the election, MKO Abiola won the opposition, the opponent. He won him in his local government, in his ward. Imagine in your house, right in front of your house, your local government. Abiola won the man in his own house. So he's a man of the people. It's not about being Yoruba. We have good Fulanis, we have good Hausas, we have good Yoruba, we have good Igbos, we have good South people. We have good people as well. We have bad and worse people that are careless. But Abiola stood for the masses, for the poor, the people at the grassroots. Abiola stood for them, and we lost that man.